Welcome to J Series. I should say welcome back to J Series. And if the title of the video has not already given it away, this this is going to be episode 2 of you guessed it, Terraria. Now, something that I noticed in my original my first trailer videos, I got very sidetracked by the music because I would frequently break up my sentence by starting to hum to it. So, Jesus! Didn't mean to get that loud. So I'm gonna intentionally turn music down to like 10 so I don't get distracted by it. Hopefully. So, yeah. We're going to be starting back up what we were doing. There it is. And something that I have decided to do is I'm just going to play Summoner because I've realized that this is Master Mode and I'm going to need any and all help I can get. Oh, and I should probably say some things that I was probably going to say, but I got sidetracked by the music because it is just that good, to be honest with you. Also, these episodes will probably only be 30 minutes if I keep track on time, and hopefully not an hour. But you know what they say, if time is okay and on our side, then we should only be here for 30 minutes, if not longer. So, what I completely forgot to say was the original series planned for my returning was Subnautica, being played on hardcore mode, as I stated before. I stay at this point, but I failed to mention why I didn't do Subnautica. I decided to do hardcore. It was because Subnautica is a game that is very grindy in nature, and a game that I would have to either one stream on Twitch, which I will probably not follow. I'll probably not leave a link to my Twitch account because I never plan on using it. I'll just be honest. I can know half my fan base probably wouldn't really care or want to make a Twitch account. I mean, Lord knows I didn't. It took me just a good couple years to finally decide to make a Twitch account just so I could watch my favorite YouTubers on Twitch. Even though it was heavily debated, I hardly ever use the thing to this day. I really only use it to follow a friend of mine who's on Twitch. He goes by the name of Win You Food on Twitch. He's a great kid. He's great live streaming. Pretty sure he's was saving up or has already bought a face cam for his Twitch live streams. I mean, you should definitely go follow him. I will probably leave a link in the description to his Twitch thing. You know. Also, I completely don't know why I did this, but I decided to leave a link to the Russian Badger's YouTube channel because I was rambling a lot about him. Which, I mean, he's a great man and all. You should definitely go follow him. I'm not on Twitch, I'm on YouTube. And When You Food, I'll probably... Oh, it's good guidance here. You should definitely follow When You Food on Twitch. Like I was saying, Sonolic would have to require me to get in editing software. And if you know anything about me, you know that I hate editing. I've always despised it with a burning passion. And, well, not really. I've just despised having to find a software with a burning passion. And I didn't want to use no Fomora 9 because I didn't want the giant watermark. I didn't want to make a free trial of anything. You know, I didn't want to start a free trial because I just have to end a series abruptly if I didn't finish it within 7 days, which is not hardcore is a, at the very least, a good week or 3 long endeavor, so, you know, it's gonna take a while, so, I don't really know what to do. I mean, there's always that, you know, one option. You know, the Yar Har Fill Me D is a pirate's life for me, if you get what I'm trying to say. Because You can't say the word in YouTube unless you get the FBI opening on your door. But if you catch my drift, you see how that's the only option I have left, and I don't want to turn to that. The pirate's life for me. Yar har fiddle me dee. If you catch my drift, what I'm trying to say. Oh my god! I swear, this game, the rope mechanic of this game, it sucks very much. But yeah. So unless you are really wanting to see that Subnautica playthrough in hardcore, then I will probably not do it. I'll just do the Terraria instead. In Mash Mode, did they make you slide down ropes, like, gradually? Or is this... Oh my god. Feel me, it's a pirate's life for me. You are a pirate. But, yeah. Subnautica was going to be the series I was going to do because I absolutely love Subnautica. I mean, if you know me personally, you know I'm horrified of the ocean, partially because of Subnautica and growing up. Because whenever I was a wee lad, I used to watch a lot of Subnautica YouTubers, as I'm pretty sure most of us did, who was around my age. Because back then, Subnautica was the biggest, hottest thing on the market. But, you know, Subnautica was the biggest, hottest thing on the market at the time. Sandstorm. But, you know. It is what it is. So if you have any good editing softwares that are free, do not leave a watermark. I mean, I would probably be okay with a Bandicam logo. Wait, hold on, no, it's a recording software, not it. To my knowledge, Bandicam and unregistered Hypercam are just recording softwares that are free and don't need a, sign in to use. Kind of like OBS, which is the software I currently use. Because OBS is a really great software if you're starting out on YouTube. I mean, I'm not the one who should be giving out tips on starting out the channel. I mean, if you look at my dead channel, it took me a while to, start uploading again. Uploading again. It was 12:04 when I started this, I'm pretty sure. Let's see how much I've been recording, because that's a good sign. 8 minutes. It's 12:13. I should get more sleep because my brain is having a hard time doing simple math. God. God, I'm tired and exhausted. Duh. I don't want to sound like an idiot. Right? That's what it is, isn't it? I'm not an idiot. So, that's... Yeah, it's been only 5 minutes. Over 4, so I just stopped this at 4:30. I mean, yeah, 12:34, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think this recording session might go to 12:40, maybe. I don't really know, because it's been me rambling about stuff. But I should probably explain what I'm doing. So, in case you don't know, Terraria has a great mechanic known as NPC housing, which basically is you build the houses for people, they move in, and they either are like the guide, who are just about as useless as you get. I mean, he is required to do some stuff later on in the game, but if you know your way around Terraria, the guide is pretty useless. Or at least he was until 1.14, where they added in the greatest mechanic that most Terraria players see is the pylon system, which is a great mechanic in my opinion. Basically, what people had to do before 1.14 is buy teleporters from the mechanic. Teleporters were sold by the mechanic, and they need to be connected to a wire system to actually be used as teleporters. So that's what players had to. I remember why I wasn't going this way anymore. Players had to basically decide either if they wanted to spend hours of their life building a complex teleporter system, or if they just wanted to walk everywhere. Most players chose the latter option of just walking everywhere. Hardly any choose to form unless you're a big builder. Unlike yours truly. I was never much into building. I did try to get into building whenever I was with a certain friend group of mine. They were big into it. It was one of a big builder is in Terraria. Damn, my computer's dirty. One of our groups was a big builder. I'm not gonna mention any names because one, I can barely remember names to begin with. I mean, y if you go to school with me, or if you went to school with me, because it is currently yeah, it's June 15th. That's what I thought. I always have to second guess myself because I honestly can't remember dates for the life of me. You know, I would forget basic names several times just because I think I have a horrible memory problem, or I'm just what experts call you stupid. Hmm. You be dummy. Hmm. But you know, hmm. Death. Remember how bad the dandelions were? They do half your health. Oh, and the reason why I'm collecting cactus is because cactus armor. It's a really good armor set in master mode. Because its special set bonus is it's basically the Uno reverse card of Terraria, to put it into simpler logic. In case you don't know, Uno reverse card is basically any damage an enemy does to you, the character's armor does that damage to the enemy, so it's an Uno reverse card. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for early level master mode playing, famously done by the YouTuber by the name of Elpa, who did 24 hours of this, which I can only imagine what kind of physical and mental strain that does on you. As someone who doesn't, get a lot of sleep and hardly is awake during the morning, because I'm personally a night person. I mean, that's why all these recordings are at 12 or 1 or 11. Ooh, that's really lucky. Or 11. Never much of a morning person, never have been much of one. I've been the person who always keeps an eye over everything at night. Does it get a bit spooky? Yes. Do I binge watch way too much Some Ordinary Gamers? Yes. But hey, it is what it is. So, yeah. The reason why I didn't do the Sonaka thing was because of editing softwares and the lack of one. Hmm. Ooh, this might be good. Ooh, that's really rare. I've actually never had a Finch staff. So, as you can see, this is a summoning weapon. See, it does summon damage, and it summons a baby Finch to fight for you. And also, Jesus, that's loud on the ears. Maybe getting tinnitus from that. Oh, and also, if you don't know, Finch is a type of bird. In case you didn't know that. Or you know, I guess. This has also been just a giant meme Terraria community because, memes. Spicy memes. Da, da, da. This is also like these abandoned trees, which are moderately rare. I mean, they're not very rare, but you don't see them every single world. You know, it's kind of like that kind of awareness. These are actually great places for base because it just looks really aesthetically pleasing. I honestly never really agreed with that. I was more of a cave person. Oh, my favorite. In case you can't tell what that purple spiky thing means, that means this is all gonna become corruption. What does that mean? That means all this is basically just become purple and super dangerous and it's gonna kill you. Ooh, that ain't bad. Especially early game. Then you turn my mouse sensitivity. This is too much now. It's too little. That's probably good enough. So the Summoner is one of those classes I absolutely love because, you know, you kind of can just not do anything. You kind of just sit in a chair and you let your summons do the work for you. Because how it works is once you have summons spawn, they will automatically attack any hostile creatures that they see. Obviously, every summon isn't built differently. Some can go through walls, most can't. You know, it's one of those things. Some can fly, some are more ground oriented. Actually, most every summon can fly at enemies in some way or another. There's only like. There's only. That's a giant worm. There's only like two or three enemies that. There's only like two or three summons I can think off the top of my head that are really melee, like ground oriented. Because, as I can show during the night, the Finch is much more of a aerial fighter. But yeah, yeah, Summon, it's a really great class because I'm one of the people who just stick and, you know, just sit aside and don't do much. I mean, I'm a very lazy person in nature, if you did not know that from me. That's why I love Summon so much, because you don't really have to do anything like this. The Finch will eventually hit the zombie, it's going to take a little bit. But, Terraria, it's a nice game, you know. Doesn't have its flaws, yes. Has Relogic been, you know, oh god, it's an I. Has Relogic been trying to do everything to fix Terraria's flaws? Yes. So, those eyes, those demonic eyes, right? That's what they're called. No, called demonic eyes are the Hardman version. Yeah, yeah. Those demon eyes, they drop a very, very good drop. They drop lenses, which are used to craft the sus-looking eye. That's not what it's called. There is actually a mod that turns it into the sus eye, which is literally just an Among Us character. That's red. It's just the imposter from Among Us. I'm not joking. There's a mod that does that. But the suspicious eye is a item that's crafted with 7 lenses or 6. I can't remember. It's one of the two. 7 or 6, and it is used to um. It's used to summon the Eye Cthulhu, which is the first boss in Terraria. The thing that's gonna get you rolling in the game. You kind of need to fight it, or else you are going to die horribly. You know, I mean, through hours of grinding, you can avoid the suspicious eye. But really, no one will, on their first playthrough, be smart enough to do hours of grinding, because this game, it is deceptively grindy. Like, there's a reason I will have to do stuff off camera, because if I didn't, it would just be me sitting here for 30 minutes at a time for like 7 episodes straight, needing to get a drop to advance the game, you know. It's just gonna be me, like sitting in one idle place rambling for like 30 minutes an episode, you know, just trying to get one specific drop from an enemy. That's literally how it is for a summoner during certain parts of the game, like hard mode, which is achieved after you fight a very, very specific boss. One that I will not talk about because, might be some people who never played Terraria who's watching this. I don't want, that entire, thing spoiled for them. And there goes my money. Oh yeah, softcore. You drop money on death. Money is very important in this game, in case you did not know. It is basically the lifeblood of Terraria, if you would. Just like it's the lifeblood of real life. Huh. Do you think Terraria is like a look at? No, it can't be that deep to be like a look into how a capitalist society can be overrun by. Cause like the demonic eyes, they could represent like the government always watching you or something, you know? Has anyone actually spent the time to look into that theory? I'm just saying, like, that doesn't sound half bad as a theory. I mean, Seth Sterling's little map would come up with game theory. I mean, oh god, if he watches this video and takes it, it better get credited. Why those zombies are glowing silver is because I need to take a sip. It's because they stole my money because this is master mode. In master mode, you drop every tiny bit of currency you had on you upon death. Uh, Speaking of death, yeah, you drop your money upon death, which it's not good. Because I had it nearly 1 gold on me, which is 100 silver. Because how it works is 100 copper turns into 1 silver. 100 silver turns into 1 gold. 100 gold turns into 1 platinum. And 100 platinum don't turn to anything. You just can stack up platinum for as long as the world will turn, I guess. Or for as long as you bother to play this game, which will be a lot if you decide to. Also, another great thing I would be having as a series is Darkest Dungeons, but I didn't really think it would make good on YouTube because several people have tried to make a Darkest Dungeons playthrough on YouTube, and it's failed horribly to say the least. I mean, if you want a good Darkest Dungeons playthrough that tried to be a playthrough on YouTube, you could go to Huts. He made an excellent playthrough of Darkest Dungeon. He quit it because of, the game just got so ridiculously hard that he had to switch it to live streams. And it became so long that it just could not be a playthrough anymore. Wasn't that fun. He was just dying over and over. He just quit it eventually. Fallen Star. That nearly hit me. Actually, funny gimmick of the Fallen Stars, they hit a monster. They hit a monster, it would actually kill them instantly. It does like 999 damage, which sounds like a lot. It really isn't in all comparison. In this game, 999 damage is still not that much. Like the Ikasu, which is the first boss, has like 2,000 health, if I'm not mistaken. Has like 2,800, maybe 3,000 in Master Mode. So 999 damage is not that much. It ain't anything. I'm dead. I'm dead. I am dead. You're dead. Not big surprise. At least I have them trapped, so if I get any nice residents who move in, they might be able to kill them. But, yeah. Darkest Dungeon was a great idea of mine, but I decided against it because, it wouldn't really make sense as a series on YouTube. People have tried to do it in the past and it has failed. So, I can realize how that wasn't going to be a series. What time is it? Sorry, 12:29. I swear to God, they disappeared. Dang it. That's all my money down the drain. Oh, and I should probably explain most of it. So, if you pull up your menu right here, you can see the very most the basically the bar. So that giant list that giant column of boxes that have the like vial leaking ink next to it. That is your dye slot. That's where you apply dyes, which then can, turn your armor a different color, make it reflective, do all sorts of cool stuff. Then that second column of squares next to the dye category is your vanity. This is the stuff that you wear in front of your armor that isn't seen. It's pretty cool. It's not seen. It's neat. Then that very last column is obviously armor itself. If you do not have any vanity, your real armor will show through. I'm personally not one much for vanity, but the cosmetic options in this game is vast, which I do like. I mean, I'm pretty sure Relogic said there was over like 600 combinations or something stupid like that. Like, there's a dummy amount of cosmetics. And speaking of stuff like that, Payday 2 was a great idea from mine, but I realized, how do I turn Payday 2 into a series without high action editing like how the Russian Badger does it? That's when I realized you don't. That's not really how you edit a Payday 2 video. It's either that long, lengthy, just kind of rambling about stats and stuff like that, or it's an actual documentary, or it's a documentary about the lore, a guide on how to do a certain heist. Or it's just you and a group of friends getting together and playing Payday 2. But I personally don't have any friends I would feel comfortable recording a video with. Because, stuff. There's some stuff that I would say, or some other people would say, that I prefer to keep hidden for certain things in the channel. Such as reaching a certain number of subscribers. Maybe 1,000, 100, I don't know. I'd probably do like one of those draw my life videos, or animate my life, I guess you could say. Or I'd probably do it through source film and not drawing and animation, because I suck at that horribly. This episode is almost done. I say we did some pretty good things in this episode. Say we did pretty good. But I think for the remainder of the episode, I am probably just going to be mining a elevator. If you don't know what elevator is, it is basically a giant tunnel all the way down to hell. Yes. That is a canonical place in the Terraria world. That's what a elevator is. It's a chain elevator to hell. It's also a great way to find loot if you're interested, Yeah, I have a rope, good. It's a great way to find loot. I would say here's probably a good start. It's a good place to start. I had some bars. Oh wait, yeah, I need cobblestone first, yeah. But yeah, this isn't good. This episode might go a little bit longer than 40 minutes. It's a bit, yeah, because I was supposed to end the episode right here, but I feel like I could be rambling for another good 6 minutes, because that's left. So yeah. But yeah, I would like to save most of my inner secrets I've told my friends for my drama life video. I'm gonna be making either at 100 or 1,000 subscribers. Probably the 1,000 because I'm still learning and wrangling with SFM. If you don't know what it is, it's a source filmmaker. It's a great I shouldn't say great, but it's a great in heavy quotations animating software that animators like the Russian Badger used for a long time until he had a motion capture suit. People like Uncle Dane, he tackled with it for a little bit. Lazy Purple, who's an amazing YouTuber, he uh, he used SFM. Soundsmith tried to use SFM. He eventually just hired animators to do it for him, which I don't blame the man for because if I was in his shoes, I would do the exact same thing. Because frankly, who wants to actually spend and learn the time to animate people when you have the cash to just pay someone to do it for you? So what I'm going to be doing now is probably just making a forge and probably just going to be making a forge and that's about it. I think you need 100, so I'll just keep digging it down. We're making a forge, mining ore, and basically how the progression of Terraria works is basically something like this. One of the big early game things you will need is a very good pickaxe. Either the Nightmare pickaxe or the Bloodstorm pickaxe, I think is the Crimson counterpart to the Corruption's pickaxe, if I'm not mistaken. See, the Nightmare pickaxe, to get it, you obviously need Demonite stuff. Because Demonite is basically what makes the corruption spread. Well, technically, anything that has the pretext corrupted in front of it, or corruption, or that is associated with the corruption, will make the corruption spread. Yeah, 100 torches, I completely forgot. Anything of that nature that is corrupted or has basically anything that's purple will make the corruption spread. Anything that's red will make the crimson spread. You know, this is obviously an over simplification, but you get what I'm trying to say. I can probably show you now because basically one of the best ways to get Demonite is defeating the Eye Cthulhu, which is your very, very, very first thing you do in most Terraria worlds. Because you take these lenses and, well, it looks good. You take these lenses and you make a suspicious looking eye. You need 6 lenses to make that, and then you craft that a demon orb, which was that random purple thing we saw a little bit ago. Whenever I was exploring the giant tree, you craft it there, and then at night you summon the Eye of Cthulhu. Now you'll either defeat it if you're good at the game. It'll kill you if you suck. But if you don't suck enough where, you know, you don't die, but if you suck so much that you don't kill it, then, you know, it will just despawn because it will only fight you during night. I still do not understand that to this day. It's one of the weird lore things, I'm pretty sure. But enough about me rambling about Terraria lore. Yeah, I think this was a pretty good episode. I feel like I rambled a bit too much, but, you know. The beginning time of this recording was 12:04. Ending time is 12:38. 12:39 actually, because it just turned over. Well, if you guys have any good ideas for editing softwares, I don't think I rambled too much, but if I did, I'm sorry. I tend to do that. I'm very sorry if I did. If you have any good editing softwares or have any good ideas about games, then leave them. I have a bunch of games on my Steam account, so if you have any... Duh, what the... This mosquito. God, that scared me. That was a cat, but oh, God, that terrified me. Oh, oh, oh God. Oh god. So yeah, if you guys have a good idea for adding software, leave it down there. Besides that, this is Jay Series signing off. This is the only and last recording for the night because I've been trying to make an image of getting more sleep in. And that's most of you should do as well. If you're like me and you don't get enough sleep and you feel like you are horribly affected by it, just stop yourself and actually sleep somewhat regularly. I've been trying to do it, but this whole YouTube thing. See you guys next time. Peace.